you happen to, surpass Sachin Tendulkar. So how was that feeling?
There was a funny story for that, but I never knew I broke the record of the god of cricket, and it meant so much to me. I was like, shit. I was like,
You smashed the record. You became the youngest to score a half century in
yeah,
international cricket.
deep third man. One ball came to me throughout the whole tournament, like throughout that whole day, and I was just excited. I just collected, threw it to the keeper's hand, and I was done. That was my job, and we won the final. So it was a really memorable tournament.
So what was the feeling like? Were you a little nervous, like you directly entering into the finals?
I was fortunate enough to make my debut in the finals. That too on a big day, game day. The coach is like, Kavisha, you're gonna make your debut. I was excited. I was like, okay, I had to do my best. It's the finals. We can't screw up, right?
What were the sacrifices you or your family made when, especially in the beginning?
Time after some certain times, they also stopped calling you as so they're like, you guys are busy for cricket.
Tell us about that experience, winning that tri series.
And then the last ball, we needed 2 runs to win. And I was telling my non-striker, I was like, whatever happens, you're running. Luckily, we didn't have to run it out. I just hit a crispy shot towards cow corner and we got the win. And it was a big win for us.
How do you see the future of cricket?
We could have been part of this World Cup too if we wouldn't have lost the semis by near 15 runs against Sri Lanka. Otherwise, it would have been a home World Cup for us indirectly.
Could you share the predictions regarding this event? Who are your four semi-finalists?
Okay, the first two will be easy to pick. It's going to be Australia and India in my book.
Hello and welcome to Cricket Times. Today we are delighted to have Kavisha Kumari, the star all-rounder of UAE women's cricket team. So without further ado, let's welcome Kavisha on our show. Hi Kavisha, how are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
Really good. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation, and it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much for asking.
All right. So starting with the similar question, could you tell us about your cricketing journey and how it all started?
I mean, it all began at the age of 9. I was just, playing cricket as a hobby in the gully and everything. And then one of my
Yeah.
dad's friend, he saw that I had the potential and he told my dad, just join a club and we'll see from where it goes. And then I was playing at the club and I was just having my fun time just playing with the guys over there and enjoying. And then my dad's friend told, there's the trials going on in Sharjah. Why don't you just go and try? So I went for the camp and went for the trial games. And then once the games were over, I got the call saying I got selected. And then at the age of 11, I was selected for the 2014 Gulf Cup to Oman. And the funny part over here is, since I was selected at a young age. My passport had the baby photo because it wasn't renewed, and I still had the baby Kavi photo. And then they had to reject my visa because I couldn't fly alone. I had to fly with my parents. So what my dad did was, we on the day of the flying, um, the rest of the team went by flight. I just went with my parents a road trip to Oman, and then that's how I started my debut tour. And I made my debut on the final of that tour.
Oh, that's quite an interesting story, I must say. I believe you were just like 11 years old, something.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
11 when all of this happened, and I was privileged. Like, I was honored to be selected to be part of the UAE women's cricket team because I was competing against people who were twice my age. Like, they were like in their early 20s or late 20s, and there was me at 11 just making a breakthrough. And I was fortunate enough to make my debut in the finals. That too on a big day, game day. The coach is like, Kavisha, you're gonna make your debut. I was excited. I was like, okay, I had to do my best. It's the finals. We can't screw up, right? And I still remember at
Yeah.
deep third man, one ball came to me throughout the whole tournament, like throughout that whole day, and I was just excited. I just collected, threw it to the keeper's hand, and I was done. That was my job, and we won the final. So it was a really memorable tournament.
So what was the feeling like? Were you a little nervous, like you directly entering into the finals?
I mean, when you're at 11, you don't know what nervousness is, right? You're just excited to go and play. So for me, it was like I got my parents were also there watching, and I was just excited to play. Like I knew the day would come within those few games because the coach was like every day he's like, be ready, you're gonna be playing. So he kept on saying that you're gonna be playing, and
Yeah.
like I wasn't nervous, so I was just more excited to go and like give my all, and it went well. I didn't misfield or anything. I just collected at deep third, and I threw it to the keeper, and boom, that was it. And then we won the finals.
Yeah, so you had a memorable time, I must say. All
Yeah.
right. So moving on, who were your idols or role models when you were growing up?
So when back then it was more male dominant and women's cricket came in later on, right? Like it's
Yeah.
not much you could see about female cricket on the TV. Back then it was TM Dilshan, the one who invented did scoop. And then as you grow old, your idols do change. And now for me currently is Chamari Atapattu and Sophie Devine. The way they play, so it's so elegant to watch them bat every day.
Yeah, speaking about Dilshan, I mean, a legendary cricketer. So have you tried Dil Scoop in your
Yeah.
journey? So
Yeah, I have in the recent concluded Capricorn series where we defeated Zimbabwe.
yeah,
Over there, I actually played the dill scoop in a crucial moment and I got a boundary of that. So, I mean, it never goes wrong. Even those crunch times, you just try something and then it works. Because in the nets as well, I keep trying the dill scoop. Obviously, not the authentic one, the scoop, you
yeah,
could say. And then, yeah, and then you just put it on the game and if it works, it works. If not, it's not your day.
yeah. It's a difficult shot. So I mean, the execution has to be like perfect because otherwise it could go anywhere.
Exactly. So exactly, that's the challenge of that shot, but the reward is insane because it can either go for a six and a four, definitely. That's like the highest thing for sure compared to rest of the shots because if the fielders third man and finally are up and you just get it above them with the pace of the ball, it's a definite boundary. So that is the thing. Even though it's a really difficult shot to execute, the reward is really good.
Yeah, true. So you happen to be a popular name now in UAE cricket. So what were the sacrifices you or your family made when, especially in the beginning?
I mean, the sacrifices for me would be missing out on, family gatherings or birthday parties because I was just every weekend we would go to the club, keep working hard, like every day, just play this many number of balls, do spot bowling, improve on my fielding. So it was like a routine for me. Come back from school, finish my schoolwork, and then around 6 o'clock we would go to a nearby park or to the clubs if there are practices on the weekdays, and then just keep giving my time on the nets and just keep working hard. And yeah, the sacrifices would be a lot for my parents and me as well because like we had to miss a lot of family gatherings, get together with friends, and over time after some certain times they also stop calling you as so they're like you guys are busy for cricket. So I think we did not lose friends, like we just lost connection with them. But the phone is always there, so we just give them a call and they're like, "Yeah, what's up?" But the face-to-face meetups is something we lack, and but slowly we are getting into it because it's time to interact with people as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, true. Since you started, quite early in your career, so how did you manage the studies along with the sports?
I mean, it was because of my mom. She's like, you need to get good grades, or otherwise you're gonna not play cricket. So she was like, you could say it was a motivation for me because I like a really good challenge. So she's like whenever we have exams and all, I would give my focus on that, but I will not miss my practices. So I would have this routine of as soon as I'm back from school, I would finish. I would have my lunch and then finish all my studies, like homework and etc before 6:30, and then after that it's cricket time. And during school times I would try and finish all my homework so I can come home and study instead of finishing all the homework, so I'm prepared for the next day as well as for the future tests. And also just just studying whatever they taught us on that same day, which helped me because I wouldn't cramp everything all at once and get struggled with my exams.
Okay. You spoke about you tried Dil Scoop in the final or in the tournament in the Tri Series recently when your
Yeah,
team beat
yeah.
Zimbabwe. Uh, uh, Tell us about that experience. Winning that Tri Series.
I mean, it was a really good experience from the way we started off, winning off against Namibia, but we had the loss against Zimbabwe, and so it was tri-series, right? And then again we won against Namibia, and then the second game against Zimbabwe was a must-win for us, and they scored around 146, and we had to chase it down. And me and Isha, we had a really good partnership of 100 plus runs, and then she got out in the 18th over, and we needed 13 runs. And then it ended up in the last six balls, we needed 13 runs. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was, and I was the set batter, and the non-strikers were not the newcomers, right? So everything kind of fell on me, and I was just like focusing myself. I was like, I just need to get the maximum runs from every ball I face. Like that was my whole target. 13 balls, 13 runs were six balls, 13 runs required. So I just needed to get the maximum runs as possible. So we got the first boundary in the second ball because the first ball was a wide, then it was a boundary, and then we got a couple of wides, and then we got a
Yeah.
single in the middle, and then we needed, I think, two more boundaries, and I did got two more boundaries, and then the last ball we needed 2 runs to win, and I was telling my non-strike, I was like, whatever happens, you're running. Like whatever happens, you're gonna run it out, and then that's not. Luckily, we didn't have to run it out. I just hit a
Yeah.
crispy shot towards cow corner, and we got the win. And it was a big win for us because it was our second time defeating Zimbabwe, and they're higher ranked than us, so it's always beneficial
Yeah.
for our ranking as well. And then we got the tip of them, and we defeated them easily as well on our last game to against them, and we won the Capricorn series easily. From the way we started to where we ended, it was really good, and it felt really good comparing to our camp in the Asia Cup, and it was a really good outing so far. And yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good series for you guys, I must say. You happen to be an all-rounder, so
Yeah,
what do you love more? Like batting or bowling?
sorry, I didn't get you.
See, what do you love more?
Oh, batting.
As an all-rounder. Yeah.
It's
All
batting.
right.
That's easy.
All right. All right. So many T20 leagues are going around. Every nation is now organizing their own T20 tournaments. How do you see the future of cricket?
For women's cricket is growing immensely with the likes of WPL, WBBL, the 100 and everything. So, and if you notice, almost every country is trying to start their own women's franchise league as well, which is a great sign because if you take a couple of years back, like just before COVID, or
Yeah.
you wouldn't see that much of franchise cricket or the hunch about women's cricket, but now it has been growing, and with the ICC World Cup T20 happening in UAE, it's even a booster for us because we get to see them live in action at our home country, right? Like in our backyard, in our stadiums playing. Like for us, we are watching all the World Cups through the TV, but this time we had the chance to actually go live at the stadium and watch it for ourselves and get that environment because every game has a different environment, and especially World Cups are always high stake, and that's a no different feel. And we could have been part of this World Cup too if we wouldn't have
Yeah.
lost the semis by mere 15 runs against Sri Lanka. Otherwise, it would have been a home World Cup for us indirectly. And imagine that our friends and families could have just joined in and watch us play the World Cup among the best ranked teams in the world.
Yeah. Must have been a surreal feeling if that would have happened.
Indeed, but I mean, it's the game of cricket, right? All the highs and
Yeah. Yeah.
lows just makes you stronger, and then every challenge is a new one.
You spoke about the Women's World Cup, and it's going to be a big scene, especially
Yeah.
for associate nations who are going to be watching this event. Uh, could you share the predictions regarding this event? Who are your four semi-finalists?
Okay, that's gonna be okay. The first two will be easy to pick. It's gonna be Australia and India in my book, and then the
Yeah.
last. So it England can make, and it's so England, Australia, India, and hopefully West Indies can make it to the fourth because they got the likes of Dottin in their team as well.
Yeah.
So it's a new team, and they got senior blend of seniors and juniors. So main picks are India, Australia, England, and West Indies.
Okay. Expanding this question a little, who is gonna making the final and who's gonna lifting the title now in the upcoming event?
Um, Australia,
Okay.
Australia.
Okay.
I mean, they're the big guns. For me, it's Australia.
All right. Your three players to watch out for in the upcoming event.
In the upcoming event, Phoebe Litchfield from Australia, Deandra Dottin from West Indies, and Chamari Athapathy from Sri Lanka.
All
I feel
right.
like they can impact the game.
Yeah, truly. Uh, how do you think the role of ICC when it comes to shaping, the future and grooming the associate nations like UAE and other nations?
Definitely, because they have to always go to those countries and get started with the grassroots and everything, right? So that's what
Yeah,
they're doing, and they're giving the proper funding and everything to help us grow. And it's again up to the associate boards how they take it up. And because of the pressure from ICC, the way they're doing it is really amazing because they are keep following up of how women's cricket is growing in those countries. They're just not leaving it up to the board. They're like, they're like, okay, are these tournaments happening? How is it like, So again, it's not only ICC as well as the support from the audience, the people back home, and everyone supporting is what's helping the women's growth because of the marketing, the promotional ads, and everything. The words just keeps going out that there is female cricket happening and this is happening at this time. And even if you see at the TV nowadays, like it's everything is there. Like you could see at least one highlight of a game in the
yeah,
thing. It can be a WPL or WBBL or something. You could see a highlight of a game. Before it used to be all men's cricket, but now there is some kind of a highlight of women's cricket as well. So it's the shout out for everyone who is there. You can't like it's hard to pinpoint everyone because anyone like a specific one because everyone is involved in this. It's not one man show. It's everyone who's involved from our boards to ICC to their members to the players who's putting in the effort to creating good games to attract the audience because the more the
yeah.
audience, the more the word spreads out, and that's how it is. Like it's a group effort, and everyone's working hard towards making women's cricket a major thing.
Yeah, through that, you were part of the Fairback tournament. You played
Yeah,
with legends, so many familiar names. You
yeah.
shared the change room with them as well, like so players like Laura Woolpert. So, how was that experience for you?
It was a surreal experience because we never thought that we would get this opportunity to be in the same dressing room as them, to just talk to them as a teammate. And like, it's something really a good thing done by the Fairbrake. The initiative by them was amazing, given the associating teams, players to have that opportunity to interact with them, like on and off the field, because it wasn't just about cricket, even back in the hotel or like just having a simple lunch with them or a dinner. Like it was a big thing for us, even though they won't notice that, especially like, the big names won't notice that, like it's a big thing for us. But for
Yeah,
all the I'm talking from all the associating players, they enjoyed both the editions of the Fairbrick. And I was fortunate to be part of both in Dubai and um, Hong Kong, and it was a great initiative done by Fairbrave for giving us that opportunity and showing the world that even association teams are always looking up and trying to improve and get close and make that barrier closer from the higher ranked teams to us. Because if you notice, we don't get much exposure playing with higher ranked teams, so the barrier tends to get longer, bigger and bigger. But the more we
yeah,
play, we learn, we gain experience, and we also grow. and it helped me grow a lot. And you could see like a peak in my career straight after the February, because I learned a lot. I gathered a lot of information and experience, and just looking how the environment is different, and like looking at them how they approach the game and getting the insights of what to do and when to do and stuff. And also it has helped me a lot, and I'm sure it had helped all the associate players part of the Fabric. A big thanks out for Fabric for doing such a thing, and hope for many more tournaments in the future.
Yeah, through that, and I wish you all the best, especially your team and you. Not so long ago, you smashed the record. You smashed a particular record, like you became the youngest to score a half century in
Yeah,
international cricket. You happened
yeah.
to, surpass Sachin Tendulkar. So, how was that feeling?
There was a funny story for that, because the moment I scored that 50, for me, it was another 50 on that day. And
Yeah,
it was my first 50 against for UAE against Malaysia in an international stage. So for me, it was a special 50. But I didn't know that I broke the record on that day or the couple of days. I only got to know later on in the year when Shafali Verma scored her 50 against West Indies. And then
yeah,
a friend of mine who was in India, she saw the Times of India and she was like, you are the first one to break it. I was like, what do you mean? Like, can you send me the paper clipping, like the photo? And then she sent, and it was written that she is the first Indian, like she's the youngest Indians to score a half century. However, it is held by Kavisha Kumari, who
yeah.
holds a record at 15 years and 267 days, and breaking the record which was held by Sachin Tendulkar. I was like, what? I really did that, because on that given day, it was just a special 50 for me since it's my first, but I never knew I broke the record of the god of cricket, and it meant so much to me. I was like, shit. I was bamboozled. I was like, I didn't know, like all the emotions were going. I was like first it was my first 50, and then now it was the one which broke Sachin Tendulkar's record. I
Yeah.
was it was you can't say any words. It just like I could say like all the hard work and dedication like came into one place, and just everything came up, and I'm like humbled to have that record right now. So like especially breaking it off of the god of cricket, so it means so much to me.
Yeah. So, have you met Sachin?
No, not yet.
Okay, okay. Apart from UAE, which are your other favorite teams?
Australia, Sri Lanka, and England.
All right. Uh, could you please name your favorite all-rounders? Both in women and men's cricket, if you could.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So favorite all rounders would be Chamari Atapattu, Sophie Devine, Deandra Broughton, and Haley
Yeah.
Matthews. And in men's would be there's so many to pick. It's so hard. I would say Sam Curran,
Yeah.
Glenn Maxwell, and Hardik Pandya.
Okay. Pretty nice choices, I must say. So, if I may ask you, has the best moment in your career has arrived, or is it yet to come?
The thing is, every moment is special, so you can't say that the best has yet arrived. Just whatever
Yeah.
games I have played, I have got really good memories and surreal moments. But yeah, I feel like there are many more moments like those special to come in the forward, because I feel like it just gets better and better. It never diminishes, right? So whatever has happened, I can just make it better and better.
Okay. If not a cricketer, what profession would you have pursued?
An engineer.
All right. We were checking your Instagram profile, and it suggests that you have a love for photography.
Mm.
So, is there any special moment that you have captured, or is there any moment that you want to capture, like special moment?
Uh, Yeah, there is one special moment I would love to capture is getting the sunset at the Adams Peak in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
So it's one of the places I want to visit because it is a seasonal place to visit, and I like my vacation timing hasn't yet settled in those seasonal timings yet. So it is one of the things I want to get the sunset. So that's really something I'm looking forward for.
Okay. So what's your fitness routine?
I mean, just keeping up the regular gym session, mixing up with cardio and strengthen, and just mixing it up and just making sure I have the proper nutrition and balance so that I don't overwork myself, especially with the heat in Dubai. It's quite difficult to do the
Yeah.
cardios and all. But again, indoor cardio is other way to go, but outdoor is way more better instead of getting stuck in the AC and doing it. So it's just a mix and balance of that and just getting in the rest whenever when required.
All right. What do you think the challenges a cricketer faces, especially in the injury time, and what is the recovering process? If you could enlighten us.
I mean, for me, I can't relate because so far, touch wood, I haven't like gotten any major injuries.
Yeah.
But again, it's all about the prehab and the rehab, and like just making sure yourself that you are stretching enough and getting the correct exercises and guidance, especially because once you get injured everyone will be just pushing like and telling you like do this, do that, do this, but you should like
Yeah.
trust your instinct and just follow one person's guidance who you believe and trust, and just follow that guidance and then come for get a full recovery.
Okay. If I may ask you about your dream 11, your if you have to pick 11 players like dream 11 team, it could be men, it could be women, it could be mixed, whatever you feel comfortable.
Hmm. So my dream 11, so Alisa Healy,
Yeah.
Chamari Atapattu, and one down would be Alice Perry, and I would get in Sophie Devine, and I would bring Haley Matthews in the mix.
Yeah.
Okay, this is getting tough now. I'm more of a batting all-rounder. Need to get in some bowlers. Need to get in some bowlers. Pooja Vastakar. Um,
Six players so far.
yeah, six. Yeah. Pooja Vastakar. Who else? Deepthi Sharma.
Yeah.
Seven. Then I would get in Megan Shoot,
Yeah.
Liata Huhu, and Megan Shoot, Liata Huhu. Who else? Who else? Who else? Uh,
You could bring
Shamin
yourself.
Cornwell. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to get myself as well. Then I'll be in the mix as well. Then done 11.
Okay. 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 Okay.
I thought it
Okay.
was
Thank
just
you.
11 outside of me.
No, no, you could
11.
bring yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
I
Uh,
wasn't aware. Sorry.
okay. Thank you. Now we are moving to another segment
Hmm.
of our chat. I'm gonna be giving you two choices. It's gonna be
Hmm.
this or that segment.
Okay.
So are you ready?
So I just tell which I want, right?
Yeah, I'll give you two options, and you're
Huh.
supposed to pick one.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. International cricket or franchise cricket?
You're putting me in the spotlight. I'll go with international cricket.
Okay. MS Dhoni or Kumar Sangakkara?
Kumar Sangakkara,
All right. Elise Perry or Heather Knight?
Ellis Perry,
Virat Kohli or Babar Azam?
Virat Kohli,
Chamri Atapattu or Harmanpreet Kaur?
Charmi Atapattu,
All right. Women's Premier League or the 100?
Women's Premier League,
Okay. Traditional dress or Western outfit? What do you love more?
Western outfit,
Okay, watching TV or listening to music?
Watching TV.
Okay, thank you so much. You were quite, brilliant in that. Moving on, another segment. It's
Mhm.
gonna be rapid fire.
Okay.
So, okay, all right. So you must be aware of what rapid fire
Yeah,
is.
you just keep saying whatever comes first
Yeah,
in your
the
mind.
immediate response.
Yeah.
All right. So shall we begin?
Yeah.
Okay. First thing you do in the morning.
Wake up.
Nice. Your naughtiest teammate.
Notice me. Lavanya.
Okay. One thing you do before entering the field.
Mm, stretch.
Okay. Your favorite actor.
Ritik Roshan.
Okay. Your favorite superhero.
Superman.
Okay. Uh, one thing you want to change about yourself.
Mm, have a proper sleep schedule.
Okay. Best advice you have ever received.
Whatever happens, happens for a reason. Just put your head down and keep working hard and follow your dreams.
Okay. Your three favorite all-time cricketers, like all time.
Uh, Dilshan, Elise Perry, and Virat Kohli.
Okay. Another just expanding this question. One quality from each of the cricketer that you mentioned you want to, apply on yourself or in your game.
Okay, for Dilshan is the temperament, and for Elise Perry is just the all-round, the way she is on the field, her fielding and batting, bowling is just on par, and just want to be like her, giving all in. And for Virat Kohli is the aggression.
All right. So thank you so much, Kavisha. Uh, this was a fun segment, and thank you so much for being so sporty. We will look forward to your future endeavors, and we wish you all the best. Is there anything you want to say?
I mean, thank you so much for having this chat with me. It's really great, and that there is part of you know you could see the pages looking out for the associate players as well, since there's a lot of limelight on the international cricketers. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we are international cricketers, but they are a step ahead of us. You could see in a level one and again level two, and then it's just a great honor to be having this and just showing that the limelight can be shifted on both ends.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.